my eyelids. A bird trilled. The percussive buzz of an insect sounded near my ear. Overhead, tree boughs rustled in the warming air. I lay on a soft bed of grass that tickled my shoulders, the arch of my foot, whispering sibilant secrets up to the trees. I could feel the thrum of sap in the stem, the pulsing veins of the vine, the movement of the earth 1,000 miles beneath, the beat of my heart in harmony with it all. I sighed and thought to sleep, to retreat to the place I had been before, the realm of silence and bliss, wherever that was. Wake! I opened my eyes on the milling blue, saw it spliced by the flight of a bird, chevron in the sky. This time, the voice came not to my ear, but directly to my stirring mind. Wake! There was amusement in it. I knew nothing of where or what I was, could no more decipher the concert of sounds around me than the expanse of blue above. But I woke, and I knew I was alive. A rustle of grass, a groan practically in my ear. I twitched at a stirring against my hip. A moment later, a touch drifted across my belly, soft as a leaf skittering along the ground. A face obscured my vision. I screamed, not with fear. I had no acquaintance with fear, but because it was the only statement that came to lips as artless as mine. The face disappeared and returned, eyes blinking into my own, the blue above captured in twin pools. Then, like a gush of water from a rock, gladness thrilled my heart. But its source was not me. At last! It came unspoken, a different source than that first waking whisper. And then the voice thrust aloud, jubilantly to the sky. At last! He was up on legs like the trunks of sturdy saplings, beating the earth with his feet. He thumped his chest and shouted to the sun and clapped his hands. At last! He cried, his laughter like warm clay between the toes. He shook his shoulders and stomped the grass, slapping his chest as he shouted again and again. Though I did not understand the words, I knew their meaning at once. Joy and exultation at something longed for suddenly found. When I tried to mimic his sound, it came out as a squawk and then a panting laugh. Overhead, a lark chattered a fluent reply. The face lowered to mine, and the man's arms wrapped womb-tight around me. Flesh of my flesh, he whispered, his breath warm against my ear. His fingers drifted from my hair to my body, roaming like the goat on the hills of the sacred mount. I sighed, expelling the last remnants of that first air from my lungs, the last of the breath in them not drawn by me alone. He was high-cheeked, this Adam, his lower lip dripping down like a folded leaf that drops sweet water into thirsty mouths. His brow was a hawk, soaring above his eyes, blue lusters beneath the fans of his lashes. But it was his mouth I always came back to, where my gaze liked to fasten best after taking in the shock of those eyes. Shadow ran along his jaw, obsidian dust clinging to the curve of it, drawing my eye to the plush flesh of his lips again, again, again. He touched my face and traced my mouth. He gathered my hands and studied them, turning them over and back. He smelled my hair and lingered at my breasts and gazed curiously at